let's have a look on the block diagrams. So even for your design of the control system as a student, you need to be able to describe how your control system works. You need to be able to describe that for the end customer. You need to somehow give them an idea that what are the different parts in the control system, how those operate, and what the user needs to do to maintain the system operative, or the service personnel, what they need to do to maintain it operative, and then for the user, how to control the device through these control systems. So quite often a block diagram is needed. And especially the block diagram is needed for the documentation of the design, because there are different people designing. For example, in here, the radio frequency part in here is designed by a team of persons. And then, of course, this sensor interface module is designed by a team of persons. The sensor board is designed by another team. And the whole product, then the end product, is designed in-house in the Texas Instruments, just first as a reference design that they would like to sell their customers, that with our microcontroller and this sensor interface chips, you can build something like this. So this kind of block diagram is needed for really different kinds of purposes, but always you need the block diagram of your system. And then I took as a very simple example from a modern car. So this is only a control system controlling the driver's seat. So I had a look on the what kind of control systems there are in the car, and then found a block diagram of the controls for the driver's seat. Nothing else than the driver's seat. So even inside the driver's seat, there is a microcontroller controlling only the functions in the driver's seat. And then you can find about 10 different electric motors in here. So the motor for the seat up, down. So for the sitting height, seat forward, backwards, that's available in all the cars. I would say that the seat up, down, and the seat forward, backward. So to adjust the size of the driver. Seat tilt. So that's a little bit as a comfort. So how well the seat is supporting your under your knees, and then seat back tilt. Of course, that you can adjust that. Are you sitting upright or more like leaned back? It's a comfort thing as well. And it is also used for adjusting how far you are sitting from the steering wheel. Seat length, that's also the support for your legs. Seat width, in some cars there is even an adjustment of the seat width. So for tight cornering, you shouldn't be sliding from side to side in your seat. So there is kind of support on the sides, and then you adjust the seat width. Then there is the headrest up and down. So do you need a motor for that one? Yeah, of course. If two persons are driving the same car, when I go into my car with my keys, it is adjusting the driver's seat up to my size of the body. So it's adjusting also the headrest up and down according to who is sitting down in the car. So the different drivers in the family have a different car keys, and then it's done automatically. The same for the headrest tilt, of course. And then there is a massage system. So in high specification cars, there is also the massage system on the seat. And then there is a ventilation fan. So in a car, in the summer, you have a cooling for the air inside the car, but you have also the ventilation in the seat. So there are small holes in the leather skin of the seat for the air to circulate there. From inside the seat, the air is blown to your body, and then it's cooling nicely. So for each of these motor drives, you also need some kind of sensors that what is the position of those, which you adjust with the motor. So there is a number of sensors, of course, in there. And then there are seat heaters and the temperature sensors and so on, whatever. And everything is controlled by a microcontroller in here. And then there are the human-machine interface. HMI is a human-machine interface, switches and switch interface. So that's where you have your push buttons on the side of the seat to make the initial adjustment of the positions of each of these adjustable parts of the seat. And then there is the interface to the communication interface to the body control module of the car. And from here, I think, comes the information that who is the driver. So when you go with your keys into the car knows that, okay, that's the driver. And then the information comes through this interface, communication interface to the microcontroller in the seat. Right, so, and this is also the example how you draw the block diagram of a very simple system, like a driver's seat. So there is the controller. There are the motor drivers. There are the drivers, the motors. There is the power supply for the DC motor drivers in here. So the power supply comes from this power supply unit. And then there are these human-machine interface switches connected to the microcontroller unit in here. There is a memory in the microcontroller. There are some sensors, like the position sensors for each of these adjustable thing. And then there is a heating element here and a temperature sensor, and so on. So that's the control system block diagram.